Hello, everyone. This is Hernan Rodriguez from Vancouver. Today, we have technology class on Wednesdays, and I am joined with Jane Hanford from Victoria, BC, and Jacqueline Van Horn. Jacqueline, where are you located? You're somewhere in the valley, right?
I'm in Pitt Meadows.
Oh, Pitt Meadows. Awesome. Thank you so much. We say hello to everyone else across Canada, the United States, Puerto Rico, and wherever else you are watching us recorded. And we might be getting some more members of the Icebreakers jumping into this program. But as always, we record our classes. Now, today's class is about landing pages. And I believe it's going to be very useful. We're not going to cover every single aspect of landing pages today, because it is a topic that can take, a couple hours or a few hours. So we were just going to touch on some of the basics and the logic behind them. I'll share a couple of the tools that we have as well, and some links, okay? So if this is the first time watching our trainings, make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you share with others. And if you are interested into what we are doing here, specifically for financial professionals across Canada, the United States, and Puerto Rico, please contact whoever show you this video, or you can reach me directly and I'll put you in touch with whoever sent you this video. But this is going to be of extreme use for anyone, regardless of the industry where they are working in or creating a business in. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to share my screen. Let me see here. Oh, and I'm going to share sound in case there is some sound. Perfect. So I am now into, let me go into presentation mode. And I'm going to have this PDF as well, or a link to the PDF on the link wherever you're watching this video. You can also scan some of the QR codes. But so it is a masterclass on landing pages. And my name is Hernan Rodriguez. You have my LinkedIn right there. We're going to go to the next page here. And so these are the 5 steps, okay, to landing pages, and the importance of landing pages in generating leads for clients and recruits. So we summarize this into 5 steps. Number 1 is the creation, ensuring the landing page aligns with campaign goals and resonates with the intended audience. In other words, before you create your landing page, you must know who is your target audience, of course. And so this is a 5-step process. So the very first one is to really know what are you going for, if you're going to go for clients or if you're going to go for recruits, because in our industry, that's the 2 ways that you grow your business. But if you're in any other industry, you have to obviously think what is your target market and what is it that is going to pull the attention, of your prospects, also to go ahead and give you their information, because that's where we're going to go at. Once you do the creation of your landing page, and I'm going to show you some of the softwares that I use, maybe not all of them because I use a lot of them, but I'm going to show you that in a minute, okay, to create them. But then you got to go into promotion, because obviously having those landing pages just in your computer are not going to do any good, okay? So utilizing channels such as social media, email marketing, pay-per-click, which is like advertising on Facebook or YouTube or any of those. You could even do it on TikTok. Advertising to drive traffic to get to the intended audience, okay? And that is where you're going to have to enter into whatever channel you're using for distribution and segment the audience. Okay. Now, step 3, because that was step 2, step 3 is to capture, okay, the information. And that's where you need to have, or you need to incorporate forms to gather the visitors' information effectively. Now, there are 2 different schools of thought on this. And one is that the least amount of data that you have, the least amount of information, the more people you're going to get giving you the information. And that is true. But also, you're going to get a lot of, very unqualified leads. Okay. I personally like to ask as much information as possible without intruding or risking the privacy of the individual. So obviously, I'm not going to be asking, right? I don't even ask now for date of birth, just age, okay? But of course, you're not going to be asking for any banking information, any specific health informations, and no banking, no health, okay? And I don't ask their physical address, but I do ask them a series of questions, and for these, I personally like to utilize questionnaires, okay, or forms. We'll go into some of them, and if for any reason I'm forgetting this step to go deep in there, then Jane or Jacqueline, you can remind me to go into that area, okay, so that I don't lose the train of thought, because we need to ask. The more that we ask, the more qualified the prospect is. But of course, we don't have to go overboard. Maybe 5 points are good. If I give them an incentive, obviously check with the legislation in your province or state. If you are in any regulated industry, like we are in financial services or real estate or whatever. But just check what you can ask. Okay, in your state, I ask a lot, but also it's not that I ask with incentives. So again, check if you can give incentives or not, because you don't want to risk your license. I do give them, but they are never tied to purchasing a product or service, okay? So basically only for collecting the information. So it is an incentive for them to answer as many questions as possible. And we'll see possibly an example on that or in the next class on a tool that I use. I actually use 2 tools. One, I use it to put the candy in front of them, where I said, like, after the collection of all the information or, your contribution to this quiz, access this type of bonus, okay? So it locks it until the end. Then people will obviously give you more information. But that's what we're going to see in a second. But once you receive all that information, you have, your leads, because now these are leads, filter leads of interested people. You have to do the follow-up. The follow-up is very, very important. It's actually a reach out at that moment, because when people are filling out leads on the internet, however they're getting it, social media, email campaigns, but it's an electronic form. Whenever they are filling yours out, they might already filled out a few more before, or they are filling out a few more after yours that are similar, if they do have a genuine interest into a product or service. And here is where the gold is. Normally, the person who reaches to them first is going to be the person that is going to get that client. So when you do the follow-up, it says here, establishing a system for immediate contact with leads to maintain engagement, okay? And so, of course, again, depending on the industry that you are in, but right now, we all are in financial services live in this call. We have to run our due diligence, obviously, right? So all our financial needs analysis, et cetera, but and also get permission to follow up with them if for whatever reason, they become your clients, but you still need to have the follow-up. Those are technicalities that are more into compliance, but if we are just imagining that we are in any type of sales scenario, okay, we obviously have to call immediately and know how we're going to present ourselves and remember that they already at this point were interested on the product. So do not be shy at all, because at this moment they were the ones asking you to contact them. So obviously we do have a lot of other training into how to, start that first conversation, and the follow-up or the reach out to them, like if it's the first time you're reaching to them, answering on their interest. The way that I personally do it, I take my time to add the person information. You could do it through automation, but I even do it manually till now, because I want to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. So I'm not going for a lot of volume. Otherwise, I would bring it over with automation into a CRM, which you can also do. But I most times ended up just grabbing it and I enter it into my Google contacts. That's what I use myself, because I can put a lot of notes and tags from where I got this lead and what is this lead about and everything. Okay. And so when I do a reach out, obviously if in the quiz or the landing page we add them for the preferred way of reaching to them, that's the one we're going to use first. So if they say, hey, reach me by email, then obviously that's the first one. But of course, they gave us permission to reach them in every single way that they provided to us, right? So I enter the information into my telephone as well, because if, for example, they say, give me a call, and I call them and they don't answer, then immediately what I do, I call them by phone first. I go into WhatsApp, because a lot of people have it, and I can see if they are using WhatsApp or not. And if they are, then I try right away on the WhatsApp myself to reach them. And most times I have success at that point. Otherwise, I start thinking, before I move to the next person. I do take my time. I'm not saying that you do it this way, because you might have a lot of people and you might want to do it in another order. But when I do it for recruiting, before I even contact them, actually, I check their social media and I get to see what they are familiar with and what kind of makes them tick and everything, so that if I call them, I can make reference to things, okay? But so I first call them on telephone, then I try on WhatsApp, and then if they don't answer, then I go ahead and do two things. One, I create a template, a simple template that I recommend you have in your notes for a reach out, kind of saying like, hey, Jane, this is Hernan. You remember filling out such and such form and calling to follow up with you to help you with whatever, they were asking for, like planning for retirement or, fund their children education. I give them some information to refresh their memories. Obviously, I also say that I'm calling, from Experio Financial Group. For those of you that are with Experio watching this, if you're watching this and you're with another company, of course, identify yourself properly. But I always do that on a text as well that is similar to a voice note that I send them. So if I don't have luck with the first phone call and with the first voice call through WhatsApp, I might continue, but at that point I give them a little bit, because maybe now they are in a meeting. So after two, I wait a little bit, maybe an hour or two, or the next day, but before I make another voice call on another channel, like maybe Facebook Messenger, in case they do have it, right? I send a text. That I do right away. Okay, after the first two attempts of voice, I send that text, boom, and I send an email, and then I go to the back and I let people breathe, because now maybe they were busy and now they see that text and they're going to reply. But if not, I give them some time. But that is another thing. I'm just adding points, and I am adding a little bit of the technical side and the tactical side on how I do it when I get the clients, well, the prospect of clients or the prospect of recruits, okay? And so let's imagine that through this process, okay, You get to do a financial needs analysis, obviously, while you're building rapport and everything. And let's imagine that time stops for a second, okay? Because many things could happen after, but we're still on stage 4. And we already did, our first call, second call, prepared analysis. We are preparing also our recommendations. And we're still on stage 4, but with this client is stage 4, okay? Other clients are passing through the funnel, but this client is still there, and you convert it as a client. As you convert it as a client, then we go to step 5 and we analyze, okay, what happened through that. But even if this client on stage 4 or prospect, to better say, did not become a client, no problem. What we do is we put it in a endless cycle of follow-up, obviously, unless they say, like, stop contacting me. But you know what I mean, without breaking any compliance or rules of, contact and all that. Just imagine, just putting that away, okay, would be an endless cycle between 4 and 5, which is dripping with a little bit of information, reaching out to see how they are doing. So that's part of establishing a system for immediate contact, which leads to maintain engagement. So the key here is maintaining the engagement. And so he then became a client, boom, but you have to measure in number 5 and analyze how many people pass through the whole cycle, okay? From the beginning that you thought about the landing page, you created it, you promote it, you start capturing some of those interested, prospects, which are leads, start reaching out and follow up and analyze many things. And I'm going to read you what I wrote there. Employing analytics to measure performance and optimize future strategies. We have to have some type of checklist as well, maybe on a Google Sheet or Excel. I use Google Sheets, where you can say, this is the type of color that I use, the image, and we can go very granular. Don't go too crazy granular, but you gotta be saying how many hours, did you really put into building your landing page if you did it yourself, or how much did someone charge you, to see if there is an effect between the detail that you put in time into them and the number of people coming. How was your call to action? Did you use a script? Did you use a script done by ChatGPT? Did you copy someone? I know that I might be getting a little too detailed. I don't want to get you all confused, but I also know that many of you already know part of, or maybe are experts on digital marketing. So I don't want to also just give you something super simple, okay? It's creation, promotion, capture, follow-up, and analyze. So analysis. Because if some of us, whoever of you, want to really take it to another level, okay, and want to start making serious money in any business, so any business, but in financial services, we have to really start using tools, and we have to start using logic, because in every single industry, there is a lot of competition, but most people will not go deep enough, okay? You're going to bypass, I'm sure, more than 50% of all life insurance agents, investment advisors, and, if you're in another industry watching this, real estate or whatever it might be, just by using a simple, okay, it's just 5 steps. When you are creating your landing page, it's actually step 1, 2, and 3, because you're creating 1, you're promoting 2, and you start receiving leads on 3. So it's not like, oh my God, it's so many steps. No, it's 3. But your real money making is between the step 4 and 5, because you're catching and you're filtering from 1 to 3, 4 to 5 is where you're converting and you're following up, and you are also doing intelligence in your business, kind of like, putting turbo in your car, okay? You are first going to act, and second, you're gonna optimize, okay? And so implementation first, optimization second. So far, what I would like is if I've been clear so far, can you put a one in the chat? And if anyone have a question at this point, we're not gonna go super deep, but I can take some questions as well, as long as they are like, enunciated within like a minute, so I can also answer them quick and move to another thing. But I wanna be interactive too. So any questions before I go and show some of the tools, for example, that I'm using? Are you okay, Jane? No questions?
No
Jacqueline?
question.
Thank you, Jane. You're good, Jacqueline? You can give me thumbs up. You're good? Awesome. Yadira, do you have any question? And this class is in English, but we also have them in Spanish. You're good? Okay, I see thumbs up from here. And then I see SS and B Global. I'm not sure who SS and B Global is, but and then I see says, so let me just see. I'm gonna open, okay,
That's Irogama.
Oh, Irogama, awesome. Nice to see you around here, Irogama.
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect, perfect. And you're good? Any question on this? Yes, she's good. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you so much. So one of the things that I did, because this is gonna be a PDF that you're gonna receive, and see in the bottom it says, this memo highlights the importance of landing pages in generating leads for clients and recruits. It also outlines a 5-step strategy for promoting and improving their effectiveness. Okay, but in the PDF, we are gonna go deeper. And so you are gonna get to see 3 pages, okay? And those 3 pages afterwards, they are also already in our other systems, which I'm gonna show right now, okay? I know that I said this was gonna be a 30-minute class. If anyone has to go, feel free, but I'm gonna share screen now with some tools. And so right here are our Icebreakers Heartbeat app, okay? For any one of you who's not visiting, we are uploading more and more trainings, okay? So we have here, and I'll go to a point on that because I moved some of that information there. We uploaded into miscellaneous the Tech Wednesdays from last week. It was Jacqueline Van Horn giving a class on Google Calendar and Calendly, okay? But also if you go to social media posts, today I posted exactly what I am sharing on the PDF about landing pages masterclass. And right here, I clearly give you permission, okay? Where it says feel free to copy and post. So you can use it as a post yourself to bring engagement. Use it as a script for a video. You can use it with a teleprompter. There are many that are free and some that don't cost so much in order to create more content for your own social media, right? Because in 2024, the ones that win will be the ones who are bringing more value to the general public and especially to those in our industry. You can also add it to your Google Slides, PowerPoint, or a PDF or a class, okay? Or to save information for someone who downloads your PDF. This is the permission that I give to everyone that is in the Icebreakers team of champions. If you're watching this in YouTube, contact someone who invited you here, okay? And we can let you know how we can empower you to be more efficient and more profitable in financial services because we have this type of training all the time. And we go deep in different topics such as financial education, mindset, digital attraction, recruiting, sales techniques. So you'll be getting a lot more and you'll be able to have access to our training in English, Spanish, and French for Canada, the United States, and Puerto Rico. So again, for the icebreakers, remember to check out have it up because we continue adding more and more videos. First, some of you must be asking, what am I using? Because I don't use Vimeo. I used to use Vimeo before. Nothing wrong about Vimeo, okay? But sometimes you can get similar products to post your videos if you want to have them somewhere else that is not in YouTube. And sometimes it's more affordable than Vimeo. I don't know if Adilo is in a lifetime deal, but that's what I am using. Okay, and I pay a lifetime deal long time ago. That's why I don't give my money to Vimeo. I recommend, unless you have a very specific use for Vimeo, that you try to save money as an entrepreneur on every single tool that you use. And that's why we are hosting all our training. See, we have so many different videos, 46 just in the side of Icebreakers, which is the English side of our team. And then when we enter into the Rompehielos as well, we have 33 video trainings. They are not just light in the sense of very basic. We can go as deep as anyone wants to go deep, okay? And this is so that you can see the value that we have as a team. And for anyone else, feel free to share this training. I'm going to put it, normally I don't put them in YouTube, but I'm going to put it in YouTube so that you can share it also with prospects that you have that you want to bring partners to your business so that they see that we have resources that truly I haven't seen in any other team, in any other IMO as well, okay? Of course, we have it in French as well. I don't want to inundate you with all of those, but now what I want to share with you is I'm gonna send my QR code, and I believe maybe one of the ones in the PDF will take you here, okay? And I'll put it on the chat. These are some of my favorite tools that I use, okay? And when you click on each one, like if you want a teleprompter, you just click on teleprompter. For example, it's gonna take us to the teleprompter that I use, okay? Which I use Big VU. So you just go there. If you wanna know how to transcribe and record Zooms, I'm not saying these are the best, these are the ones that I use, okay? That I know and I'm using. So then I go to you go to Spoke, for example. So obviously, always check before you go straight to the landing page of the seller of the software, because you might want to go to AppSumo or Dealify and check if they have a lifetime deal that is going to be a better deal for you than even buying directly from the developer, okay? So just please make sure that you know that because sometimes you can get them as a lifetime deal. So whatever you are looking for, YouTube landing pages, and we have classes on these that I'm going to show you as well. Website builder, link bio, that is what I use. For example, it's like a Linktree, okay? And nothing wrong with Linktree. You can also get a free one. What I use is TapLink, and I think TapLink also has a free one. But sometimes they have upgrades. You understand what I mean? And so for those upgrades, you can either pay whatever they want to sell it for you at TapLink, or you can check if they have it at AppSumo. That is like a lifetime deal website for software. Let me go back for a second. LinkedIn automation. So, the software that I recommend the team, I'm not going to open it here. If someone wants to check it, that is in social media, reach whoever invited you here first, okay? Live streaming, video hosting, we have so many different softwares that I recommend because I use them and because I know that they are effective. I would never recommend you anything that I am not using. Now, sometimes I upgrade what I use, but only after I make sure that it's worth it and I tested it. And then I come here and I change it. And if I don't change one thing for another one that I'm using now, it means that one is still incredible I might not just have the time to update it to another one. But I keep all my software because, well, not all, but 90% of everything that I have is lifetime deals. So I'm not going to say I'm going to throw it to the garbage. Sometimes I come back to check it out. And if the developers are really into their software, they're going to make it better, and I may switch back to the other one. So all I'm saying is you have all my preferred links here, okay, on software, and you can use it. And I'm going to put that as well. Like if you go to hrvofficial.com, that's my website, and come to the goods here that are all the different tools that I have. I know I'm making this a little long, but I want to make sure that is clear, okay? So we have that. But if we also go back to the Heartbeat app, there is an area that says courses, okay? And we also have many videos that go deeper into how to use a Heartbeat app on your computer and also on your mobile device. But you have here digital marketing courses and marketing digital, which is in Spanish. We still don't have the French versions. But if you see digital marketing, there are 5 lessons. In Spanish, we have 3 lessons. They are bigger lessons, so it's the same content and the 3 in English, okay? And then you can just go and view and check. So what are the lessons? LinkedIn 101, landing pages, your virtual business card, how to create your virtual business card, and also another one that we named Hijack YouTube Ethically, which it just means, how to embed YouTube pages into a landing page, okay? Because obviously we are not pirating anyone, and we are never going to do anything that breaks the law or suggest that you do. It's just a catchy name, okay? So, but basically is how to embed landing pages, videos into landing pages to create really fast, quick converting landing pages. But we go through a whole class. Then we have another one on how to create video email and how to embed email into your videos. And then we have graphic design, how to use Canva. This is another class. It's not the same class that I believe Jane made for us now. Yes, that we haven't published. So this one is done by me like a year ago. And now we have the newest version by Jane. Both are complementary as well. Okay, so those are areas where you can come and check out what we have. And that's why I tie in that with today's class, which is Technology Masterclass on landing pages. And so if we have no questions, what I'm going to do is, with the permission of everyone, I'm going to take a little screenshot here. Okay, we're going to smile a bit, and 1, 2, 3. There you go, I have it. And the other thing is, I like to remind anyone that is, oh, hello, we have Princess right there. I didn't know it was you, Princess. What a champion also from Ontario, from close to Toronto, I think. So I gotta say also, Princess is very active in social media, in TikTok, okay? I follow her. I repost some of her videos. I also encourage everyone to follow each other in the team. If you're in the team and if you are in another company, follow your teammates, follow your uplines if you are in a system for building teams, and especially follow your downlines if you are in any type of builder system. But if you're if you are not in a builder system, still follow, your teammates, okay? It's very powerful. And so don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this video if it brought you some value. And if you want to be more profitable and more efficient running your financial services business in North America, we are here for you. And with that, I wish everyone good night. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'll stay here for 2 minutes for interaction, okay? Thank you, everyone, for being here.